If you're a butter pea lover, you're gonna like this one. We'll be right back and we'll talk about it with you. Dixie speckled butter pea, nothing but a baby lima bean. It's a bush type, takes 76 days. This one's a little longer than some of our other ones, but this one has a pretty cool looking bean in it. It's actually a red bean. Bush type, don't have to worry about trellises or anything like that. So today, let's get these things started so we can enjoy some bean soup pretty soon. Okay, we're ready to go out to the garden and direct sow our seeds today. And I always do my direct sowing the same way. The first thing I do out in the garden is I'll use my 4-inch deep cultivator and I'll cultivate each row, one row at a time. And once I get that cultivated ground done, it's nice and fluffy and soft, then I'll grade it out with my grading rake and smooth out all the little holes and dips and wrinkles. I smooth it out where it's nice and smooth. Then I'll take my guide string and I move it over on top of that row so I got a perfect row, because I gotta have it straight. I can't stand it if it's not straight. So I get that string out there and I take my little stick, and it's nothing but a 2x2, and I walk down that row and I pop little holes in so I have my holes all in a line. Then I come back with my super duper seed dropper. Y'all have all seen me use it. Nothing but a piece of 1-inch PVC, and I put that pipe into that pipe right in the hole, and I drop my seed right in the top, and it goes straight into the hole, and I can just move it hole to hole and dropping in my seeds. Saves a little bit on my back, because this is what you get to look forward to when you're old. You can't bend over so great, especially if you're fat. So you want to try to use anything you can do to prevent bending over as much as possible. So once I got the seeds in the hole, I'll simply go back and collapse that hole and pat it down real quick, just barely tap it, and we'll water it in, and the next thing you know, got something to eat. So we'll go out there and get this put in the ground, and we'll watch the development of these plants as they mature, all the way through their stages. We'll see the beautiful blooms they put on and the fruit, and then we'll actually harvest it. Let's get saddled up. Well, we got our Dixie butter peas sown in the ground. I put in 2 rows, and take a look at how these have emerged. They look just like any other butter pea. Take a look at how they've come up, and we'll watch these in the days ahead and monitor their progress until one day we finally harvest. Here's our 2 rows of Dixie speckled butter peas, and as you can see, they're getting the tall runners that run out. Don't freak out. They're not a trellis grown bush. These are bush beans, so it's not uncommon to have these as maybe even 2.5 feet tall. So if you're growing these for the first time, relax. You don't need a trellis. This is normal for them, and they haven't actually started to put on the blooms yet, but they're real close, because I can see some little buds on this little piece right here. So we'll be back in the days ahead. Once we get some flowers on them, we know it ain't long after that, so we'll be back soon. Well, the Dixie speckled butter peas have really grown. The pods have formed, and they ain't gonna be too much longer. I just opened one up and checked it, and I'll show it to you in a second here. But what we wanna do is wait for these pods to dry on the pod, where I can come up and shake the bush, and it'll sound like a baby rattling in there. That's when I know that those beans are dry, and I can pull them out, and they store long-term storage very easy when I dry them like that. Let me show you this one up close. Whoops. Can you see it? See, they're little tiny butter peas. and they have a little speckle in there, and they're kind of a red speckle in there, very tender. Let me show you another one, see if I can get some out. Yeah, these are still pretty young. You see how young they are. But they'll get some maturity on them here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll come back and we'll dry them out and let them dry out, and then we'll harvest them and they'll be ready to eat. So we'll see you then. Well, our little stand of Dixie speckled butter peas, they're ready to come up. So today I went out and I checked them by shaking the bush, and I let my beans, my butter peas, I like for them to dry on the bush like this. And when I shake the bush, sounds like a little rattlesnake or a little baby rattle. Hear that? That's how I know they're ready. So I go out and I check them a couple times during the week, and I wait for them to be good and dry in between rainstorms, no irrigation, and that way I pull up the whole plant and I harvest all these peas, and we'll go over to the harvest table after I get these up, and I'll open them up and I'll show you how pretty the insides are. So let me get started. Well, me and Nancy got all these beans picked up, and the butter peas are picked, and now we're going to shuck them and get them ready for the old stomach. But I want you to come up close. I want you to take a look at these beans. When you pick these butter peas, you're going to get a mixed bag. You're going to get the green ones, and you're going to get some that turn yellow, and then some that are the brown and dry, the ones that rattle. And I want you to see the difference in the three. So come on up close and take a look at this. Okay, here's the three different stages of the bean I was talking about. The green stage, this is where it's starting to yellow, and this is where it's dried out real good. If you open these up, you see what you get. See the color of those Dixie speckled butter peas? They look really pretty. Dark pink with some speckles all in it. If I go to the yellow one and open it, they get to be a little bit darker red. See how darker those colors are? They're a lot darker red, a lot of speckle in it. And when you open the dry one, nice and dry, they're real dark red. See that? Almost purple. And they're a little smaller. These are some good eaters. So these are the three stages, and so you get a mixed bag. So cook them slow when they're like this, the dry. Just cook them nice and slow. Take your time, and they'll be fine. Okay. Well, that's it for our Dixie speckled butter peas. I hope you enjoyed learning about that with us today, and maybe you want to grow some of these for your own garden this year. So until me and Nancy see you next time, always remember, by His hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching our videos. We really love making them. If you like our videos, please like our Facebook page to get the latest tips and tricks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the newest video. Like it, it would really inspire and encourage us. But most importantly, share it to encourage others. We'll welcome your comments and questions. Thank you. Have a blessed day.